Hi, good morning. This morning we're going to do the problem about the theory that you explained yesterday about we're in the peripheral nervous system and we're studying entrapment. A quick review of what entrapment is. This is the nerve, right? And it's passing through these bony small areas where it can be compressed repeatedly. That means entrapment, and this is the elbow, right? So that's entrapment, when the bones compress the nerve several times and then cause some damage to it. All right, now, the only medical terminology that you need to know to understand this problem is that palsy means paralysis. So when we're reviewing the path, have in mind that palsy means paralysis, and the main condition of the patient is palsy, or is paralysis. The rest is just the information about the paralysis, okay? So I'm going to move to the computer because we want you to understand how the path works from now on, because in the future we're just going to give you the path, a little shot of the path, and we're going to solve several problems that way. Otherwise, it's going to take us forever to finish with the book. So we're trying to speed things up a little without losing the explanation of every problem, okay? So the problem, the page is 213, and the problem is number 3. And then let me go to the computer to read the whole thing. Let me sit down here, and while Stephanie points to the screen, I am going to read it. This is the code of the video on YouTube. ICD-10 space JJ-10A, which is the book. The page is 213, and the exercise is number 3. And the exercise number 3 reads like this: tardy palsy due to entrapment of right ulnar nerve. Okay? That is the problem. Now, we'll start by defining which is the main condition. And as we explained to you before, palsy is paralysis. So the paralysis is the main condition. The tardy is a type of paralysis, and due to is the reason why you have the paralysis. But palsy is the main condition. So the first path that Stephanie has found for this is just this one. This is the first path. This means go to the index. Then you go to palsy. This is alphabetically, so you go to the P and you find palsy. Then in palsy, you go to the subcategory and you're going to go to ulnar nerve. And in parentheses, you find the tardy, which is what we need to. Ulnar nerve is right here and tardy is right here. And next to it, you're going to find a code that reads G56.2 with an extra character. This is from the index, right? Now, the 1A is a different path to get the same thing, right? And now we're just going to follow a different order on the same definition of the problem, right? So the 1A path is you go to the index, then you go to entrapment, which is this one, entrapment and nerve, okay? Because we're studying entrapment of the nerve. It tells you to see neuropathy, entrapment, right? Then you go there to neuropathy, entrapment, and then you find there ulnar nerve, and it gives you the code exactly the same as in the first path. G56.2 with an additional character, G56.2 with an additional character. Once you have certified that this is the right code by the index, you are going to check it out in the tabular. So the step number 2 of the path here is go to the tabular. Go to the tabular. You go to the first 3 characters of G56.2, an additional character. So G56 are the 3 characters. G56 is mononeuropathies of upper limb, right? Mononeuropathies means a disease of a single nerve, which we explained to you before. Of upper limb means of the arms, and the elbow is in the arms. So we are in the right path. We add one more character, G56.2. And this new character tells us there is a lesion of ulnar nerve. So ulnar appears here, which is the elbow, and also tardy appears here with these two characters. Now, when we add the 1, we get the right upper limb, which is the right arm, right? So this is exactly what we wanted, because here it says right ulnar nerve. So the equal sign means that that is our code. So the answer is G56.21. This is the path, and please review this, how we do it, because in the future we're just going to give you the path, a very light explanation, and then you will be able to solve it on your own. For now, Stephanie is going to do the path using the book, so you still can see it, how it's done step by step. I'm going to hold the camera, and Stephanie is going to follow. First, the first path that Stephanie is going to do is the path number 1, which is go to index, go to palsy, and then ulnar nerve, tardy, and G56.2. So, Stephanie?
First we go to index,
Right.
Then we go to P for palsy.
Right. Where is it?
Palsy starts here.
All right. And then?
Then we go all the way down to the next column.
Next column.
Then we go to ulnar nerve.
Ulnar nerve. And in parentheses, there's tardy, right? Which means that tardy can also be there. And we get the code G56.2 with an additional character. That's our first code. Now, let's follow the additional path that Stephanie has found for the same problem, right? It's called 1A, and you go to the index and you start with entrapment, right?
Right.
So do that. This is just to show you that there are different paths to find the same code. As long as you follow the rules and all the text, you're going to find the same code. So we go to the index and we start with entrapment, right?
Right.
Where is entrapment? Right there. Entrapment nerve, and it says C, neuropathy entrapment, right?
Right.
So we go to neuropathy entrapment. Where is it?
Here's neuropathy first.
I don't see it. There you go. Neuropathy, okay. And then entrapment.
And then you go to the next column.
The next column.
For entrapment.
Entrapment, right there.
Then you go to ulnar nerve.
Ulnar nerve, and it's exactly the same code, G56.2 and an additional character. Okay, so that's our code for the index. Now we're going to check in the tabular. We start with G56.
Okay.
Go to the tabular, which is the next section of the book, and then you go to G56, which is mononeuropathies of upper limb, which means disease condition of single nerves, that's mononeuropathies, of upper limb, which means the arms, right? Okay, so from there we go to the next digit, which is 2, right?
2.
Point 2.
Let's go to the next column.
Next column, and 2 is what?
The lesion
of ulnar nerve, right? Ulnar means elbow, and underneath that it says tardy, which we also need, which is fine. It is another indication that we're in the right path. And now we have in the definition of the problem that says right ulnar nerve. So here we're going to look for the right one. Which is the right one?
G56.21.
Because it says right upper limb. So that is our code. And G56.21, right? And as a last step, we just check with the book, and you take the sticky out. So we just check in the book because they give you the answers here in the book, and the answer is exactly that. As you can see, G56.21. Okay, thank you for watching, and we finish this with an invitation, as usual, to our website. Thank you.